across my stitches. My name is Jackie and today is February 11th, 2020. It is Tuesday morning and it is very dreary and rainy, and I'm sitting in the dining room again because my craft room is so dark. Even with the one window totally open, there's not enough light to shoot a video. I have the dining room light on, and if I move a little you can see the lighting in the picture frame, so I'm trying to sit in the way of it so it's not like shining in anybody's face. Welcome. Thank you so much everyone for coming to visit with me today. I greatly appreciate it. Lots of new subscribers again, just blown away with thinking that so many people want to watch what I'm doing. Go figure. It's been an interesting week. It really has. We had snow. I was so excited. You probably saw snow on the opening. So I was really excited to have the snow finally. It did snow Friday night, and I think it was Friday night that it snowed, and it was overnight, so I didn't get to really see the snow. We woke up to about 2 to 3 inches, maybe 2 inches of snow, and I was thrilled. I ran outside with my camera. I took some pictures, which I'll put here. I was just thrilled to be in it. So I enjoyed it. My husband took me for a ride through the country to see all this snow covering the farmlands and all those different things. So we took a little drive, and he took me for a lunch at a place we hadn't been before, and it was very good. So I was glad to do that. And then on Saturday when we got back, it started snowing again. And I was like, oh. So I ran out and took pictures of it snowing, a video, so I'll post that here. Is it flashing? I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it's flurrying again. It's Friday, and we're getting little flurries. Although the snow on the ground is melting, and it's starting to come down quite heavy. Look at that. Oh my God, they're big drops. This is snow. This isn't flurrying anymore. So cool. This is a picture from my backyard. There's the bird feeder right there. Gonna get all snowed in again. I probably should run out there and get it. Save it from getting snow all over it. I love a winter wonderland. And it only lasted about 10 or 15 minutes. It flurried at first, and then it kind of got bigger flakes, so it was like snowing, and then it stopped. And then the temperature went up, everything melted in the same afternoon. It was like gone. So I was like, okay, I guess that was our winter here in Kentucky. We're not gonna get anything else. But I was glad to have just that. That was just fine. My husband and I both said the same thing. I wish it would keep snowing. I wish it would keep snowing, because we both love the snow. So it was really nice. And then Sunday, my husband and my brother-in-law Eric and myself, we went shooting at a outdoor range that is in one of the parks, and I killed it. I killed it. I was so thrilled. We had taken cans out to shoot, because you have to bring targets out there. It's an open range, and all we have were cans and stuff. So we took the cans out, we lined them out probably 15-20 yards out. And my brother-in-law Eric, he's not a gun person at all. He doesn't really believe in guns, but he's been doing some hiking and stuff alone, and he's been nervous about doing it. So we were trying to teach him how to use a gun, how to carry a gun here in Kentucky. We are open carry or concealed carry without permit. So unless you're a felon, you're allowed to carry either open or concealed in the state of Kentucky, which is awesome. We don't have to worry about getting licenses while we're here. And so the first time, I was the first one up to shoot. I hit the first 2 cans dead on. I was like, yes. So I was the top shooter of the day. I hit the most than my 2 counterparts that were with me. So I told them, I said, don't mess with me. Okay, don't mess with me because I'm a crackerjack shot. So I think they were a little impressed that I was so good. And I said, well, you know, I used to be married to a law enforcement officer, and I had to take a lot of shooting because he was undercover narcotics and we were in danger sometimes. So I had to know how to shoot. So I kind of surprised them with my shooting and showed them I could hit a target as little as it can from several yards away. So that was lots of fun. I enjoyed that. I have, let's see, I have a lot to cover today. I have a lot to cover. I'm going to put my glasses on for just a minute. They're probably going to show a glare. Actually, that's not too bad. I might be able to get away with this. Update on my mother-in-law. Thank you, everyone, for the comments, the well wishes, the prayers from my mother-in-law. I greatly appreciate that. She's doing okay. She's back in the nursing home. I'm going to take my glasses on and off. She's back in the nursing home again, and she's doing okay. She's holding her own right now. We did receive some bad news on Saturday. I think it was Sunday. Maybe it was Sunday. Saturday night, her roomie in the nursing home passed away, and her name was Mary Campbell. So she has last name same as ours. I said, what? You never know. You could be related to us. And she was the sweetest lady. She would talk to us every time we come in, and she had such a soft voice. You had to be like standing right there with her. And she would always say hi to us and wave to us, and it was so sweet. And we tell, you know, my mother-in-law's name is Janet. We tell Janet, we love you when we were leaving, and Mary would look at us and say, I love you too. And we'd be like, we love you, Mary. So it was heartbreaking. I'm going to get teary-eyed here, but it was, why is it every time you film a floss tube, your nose itches? What's up with that? Anyway, I'm gonna miss Mary. She has service on tomorrow, on Wednesday. Me and my brother-in-law, my husband, will all go to the service and meet her family because we really didn't get an opportunity. I didn't see them when we were there, and just want to pay our respects to Miss Mary because I think she was an awesome soul. So, yeah, it was an interesting week. I want to talk about the last video that I shot about social anxiety. Oh my Lord. I had an outpour of women, and it was all women, that felt like I was talking about them. I got emails, I got messages, I got Instagram, I got everything talking about, you know, that how they go through this and everything else. So there's a lot of us out there that have social anxiety or have anxiety. So don't feel like you're alone. You're not alone. We're all here. The purpose of me going on and talking about it was not to point out anyone or talk about anyone or anything else except for myself, and to talk about what a wonderful community we have. And we always ravel around, band around others all the time. You know, we're very social. Stitchers are very social people. So I always want you to keep in mind when you're at a retreat or you're at a get-together or you're wherever, that maybe the person sitting next to you might not feel it's accepted. If they're not really being animated and talking and all those things, make sure that you talk to people around you. Introduce yourself to everybody. I wish I had introduced myself to everyone when I went to that day stitch-in. The next time I go, I'm going to make a point of walking around and talking to everyone, whether I'm having anxiety or not. I'm going to put that out of my head, and I'm just going to try to have a great time, and hopefully I'll relax over time. I'm not a big talker in front of people. I'm normally more of a listener. I will listen to what's going on and input things here and there, but I'm definitely not a chatty Cathy or a social butterfly, and not all of us are. We're all different. We all have different ways of handling situations. After evaluating myself, and I don't know if this is true of other women, I feel mostly I get anxiety, or I get social anxiety when I have my self-esteem is low. That I somehow that materializes into the anxiety. So if I don't feel good about myself, then for some reason I think nobody else feels good about me. I don't know why I feel that way. Then I'm sure some of you feel that way too when you're in, or you're having depression, or you're doing any of that. It really amps up your anxiety and your social anxiety. So anyway, I just wanted to cover that. I'm looking forward to going back over to that stitching event and seeing those ladies again and trying again, because I'm not giving up. I'm just not. I want to be with other stitchers. So I wanted to cover that. I appreciate everybody that saw the what is kitted in my tote. Man, that just opened a whole cat out of the bag kind of thing. There was another word I was trying to think of, but it popped right out of my head. And it was, that's another reason we're not shooting in my craft room, is because my desk is totally covered in stuff right now. And I'm going to go take a picture of it. So when I post this, I'm going to put a picture here. That's what my desk looks like right now. It is a total wreck, because once I pulled out all my stuff and I looked at it and I saw that some of my stuff I didn't have floss for or whatever, I started going through trying to pull floss, and then realized my floss box was not full like it should be. I had to go back and refill it, and then I decided that I was going to, going forward, I was going to try to use thread holders, thread drops, for my projects that are getting put away instead of bobbinating them. So I was going to try something different, and I started unbobbinating one kit that when I get to my plans I'll show. And what a nightmare to do that. What, you think bobbinating is bad? Try unbobbinating, getting it on, measuring it out, cutting the ends, so, because I cut mine all, and I'll talk about that. I cut mine all the same length, and then taking my flat iron and flat ironing all the kinks out of my thread, because I don't like to see it all kinky when it's on a thread drop. So I only got halfway done, only halfway done. So I have to finish that before I start this project, which I'm supposed to start next weekend. So yeah, that just started a whole nightmare that wrecked my whole craft room, and I need to get it cleaned up. I need to get it cleaned up, and I need to kit up more things, because I have way more fabric and that I care to have just sitting, and I want to get it with a project, because that's my big thing. Every fabric should have a project. I shouldn't buy fabric willy-nilly and just have it stacked everywhere. I should have a plan and have it with the project, or have it with the pattern. Floss is different. Floss, I'm not worried about most of the time. I use DMC. If I have fancy floss, you know, then I'll use the fancy floss or I'll sub, but I really like to have the fabric with the project, because I seem to buy fabric, or I did at one time, willy-nilly. And oh, that's pretty, I'll get that. Ooh, that's pretty, I'll get that. And then never have a plan to what to do with it. So I try not to do that anymore. And I try to put it with it so I can see what exactly I'm going to use it for. So with all that being said, you're here to talk about cross stitch, aren't you? So let's talk about what I got. So I have two finishes, two. I was glad to have them. One's a very small one, one's a semi-small one. So, but I was thrilled to get them done. The first one is a freebie. I talked about this before, about the the Cricut Collection's little mittens, and that I started getting a fascination over them. So I got this one. It's the freebie. Those of you that love the Cricut Collection and you haven't gone and gotten all their freebies, go back to my video that says special edition Wayback Machine. It tells you how to go on the Wayback Machine and find these patterns. Okay, so if you're a Cricut fan, that's great. I also heard on the Cricut group, there's a Facebook group, that if you email the pattern designer, which is Vicki Hastings, I believe, and you're looking for a particular one, she will send it to you. So that's a tip for you that love that. But this is the one I did. This is Snowflake Kitten Mitten. I'm going to go this way, I think. There we go. There we go. Isn't that adorable? I love it. I love it. This is on 28 count evenly 28 count linen, and it only took me a day and a half to do, and it's so adorable. And I'll tell you, I'm really looking forward to finishing this because I've looked on Pinterest, and Pinterest has the Russian girls on there doing the mittens, and they finish it like an actual mitten that you can put your hand in, and it's done very much like the stockings that I did. So I'm going to finish this. I'm going to videotape finishing this and show you how that's done in this mini format, and it's the same format as the stocking. I still need to shoot the stocking video. I have not forgotten. It's just so many things going on. And so I'll show you when I get that finished. I'll shoot a little video and show you how I did it. So that's finish number 1. Finish number 2 was my swirly birds and flowers from Sam Sarah Designs. This is a kit that was a 2017 Silver Needle Circle of Friends kit. It belongs to another stitcher. She was so sweet to send it to me so that I could stitch it up, and I finally got it done. And this is what it looks like. And I did use my own fabric and my own color conversion. And I'm telling you, this is not the right fabric. I don't know why I can't get this to, you see that color right there? That's the right color. But when I come forward, it changes purpley, more purple. This is like a grape purple, but there it is. And it is so sweet. Who doesn't love Sam Sarah? She has such a whimsical way about her. I have several of her patterns that I want to get done. So I'm really looking forward. And this is going to be a drum, just like it shows on the pattern. The pattern shows a drum. That's how it's going to be done. And maybe I'll videotape that one too so you can see it. And I think it helps you guys. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but to see someone else put things together and maybe make a mistake and how they fix it, because when I shoot this to do it, if I make a mistake, I want you guys to see what the mistake was I made so you don't make the same mistake. So those were my 2 finishes. I was glad to have those. I'm part of the Stitch Your Stash or Stitch From Stash Facebook group, and I earned, I think, $17 between the 2 of them towards my monthly budget. So monthly budget is $25, and then you get money credits for your finishes. And then anything you purchase comes off your budget. So the idea is to end the first half of the year, which is the first 6 months, in the plus without going past your budget. So far so good. I'm doing good. So I was glad to have those done. I have several whips right now that I have been working on, so I'm going to share those with you, and I have not ironed them, so I apologize for that. The first one is Hands-On Design. Let me pull all this out. Winter Chalkboard. There's a Facebook group just for this design. This was in a calendar for 2017 or 18, and what is the name of it? Hirschner's, that's what it was. Hirschner's have it. You can get it as a PDF, and we're all working on it together, and I've actually started it twice because once wasn't enough. I originally dyed my fabric a gray and started it, so this is what it looks like on the gray. And after stitching on it for a little while, I thought it didn't pop enough. I wish the fabric was a little darker. So I ended up starting it again, but I'm going to finish both on black. So there it is on the black. So I think it pops a lot more on the black, on the dark, like they have it, like the chalkboard. I was just trying to get my own color going. So they look good on both of them, but I definitely prefer the black. I think the white just pops on it more. So that was one of my whips, and hopefully it'll be a lot further by the next time that you see it. That's one. I'm going to pop them on the floor here. The second one is my stocking for my husband. It is Christmas sled stocking. Right there, Dimensions Gold Kit. And I got a little more done on this. I am loving this stocking. It is so nice. So this is where I'm at, and I know you can't see, but all this right here is like a lavender, a light lavender color. All that, and this, it looks blue, but it's not. And I've gotten quite far. Right here where you see this arch, that's where the sled starts. So that'll be my next thing, is to get all this filled in and just keep moving down. I've got this little bit here I got to get done, and then I got like onesie twosies I'm missing. But I'll catch those before I move the snap, the Q snap, and of course right there, I got to remember to get that little bit. But loving this second stocking. I'm excited to get it done because I'm going to start my son's stocking here shortly. So we'll have two stockings going, so I got to really get busy. My next one is my Crossed Wing Collection Cedar Wax Wings. Love their patterns. I have a lot of crossed wing patterns, and this is the first one I decided to do. I love that they're all in the oval. I think every one of them I chose can be done that way, and that's probably how I'll frame them. I will put them in an oval mat so they all match, but I have several. I showed you several in the taupe one that I was going to do. There was two others that were like this, so there'll be three of them. So really nice, and I got a good part of the bird done. It is there, and when I had it before, I didn't have any of this done up here, and I don't think I had this part done last time I showed it. So I'm loving it. It is on a 36 count flax linen, and that's what I'm doing all the birds on, and I think he looks fabulous. I got to put his back in because he looks all wonky sitting there like that without the rest of them all down here, but love this design, enjoy working on it, and I need to get it done because I got a lot more to do in crossed wing because I want to get them all done. Oops, hold on. Oh, I forgot to put a pattern away. Get them mixed up and then you'll forget what's what. Okay, my next one is, I'm working on the Linens and Threads 2020 Quaker Sal, and I dyed my own fabric. It is a very light mossy green, and I'm using a Silks For You PR111, and this is where I'm at. I got the first part finished, and then I'm starting on the second part right here. So really love this. I love Quaker designs, so I was really happy when they come out with the Quaker design that I could follow along with. The only issue I'm having with it is the Silks For You silks are so silky that I feel like when I'm running my needle through that I'm pulling nothing because it just glides through it. It's like sewing, like there's no thread on my needle. So it's kind of weird for me. It kind of feels awkward. So, but I want to get this going. I've got just a few more weeks to complete that before the next, and I'll show you the color here. This is the color, the PR111. It's like a foresty green. Really pretty, really pretty. Wait until you see the purple one I got. That is just gorgeous. That's coming up in the what I purchased segment. And then the last one is Santa of the Forest. So cute, so stinking cute. So many people have been working on this and I love it. And this is where I'm at. Now I was supposed to work on this last Saturday, but because it snowed and we were out running around, I never got a chance to work on it very much. But this is where I'm at. Let me see, can I get some light? There we go, get some light on them. Isn't he gorgeous? Love it. Got all that blue down there at the bottom and some more of the red. And I need to pull this back out and get busy on it. Because he is just, I want to have another one I want to have done. Cats are, oh, hold on a minute. Okay, sorry about that. Husband came through the door, wasn't expecting him home for several hours, so I don't like to video when anybody's here because it's distracting. So I had to wait for him. He was heading back out again, so I waited for him to leave to come continue this. So what were we talking about? We were talking about whips. Okay, so I do have one other whip. I can't share that with you because it is my StitchCon gift exchange, so I can't show you that. But it's coming along. It's probably about halfway done, so I'm excited about getting that done. And there was one other thing I wanted to point out or talk about, because this is the first time that I have stitched on black. I mean, I've been stitching many, many, many years, and I've never stitched on on black fabric, and it's a nightmare to see. I know I've heard all the things. Oh, put a white towel under your lap, put a light under your lap. It is a bear to see. I thank God that I have my Mighty Bright Light magnifier to help me. But I also noticed that every little cat and dog hair shows on this fabric. Excuse me. And I'm constantly picking hairs off of it. Oh my Lord. I couldn't imagine doing a piece on this and sending it to the fair, okay? Because as soon as they got it, they would look at it and say, oh look, there's an entry from the crazy cat lady, because they see all the freaking hair over it. I can't get it off. I'll pick, I swear, and then it's back again. It's like it's a magnet. It's a magnet for hair. And it's like, I'll lay it down for just a second and I'll pick it back up and all these hairs will be all over it again. I'm like, oh my God, am I ever going to keep this clean in order to get it stitched? Because as it is, all my pieces have specialty fibers in them. And you all that own pets know exactly what I'm talking about specialty fibers. Okay? All of them, because you're constantly picking them out. But this black is like, holy cow. So I don't know. I don't know if I can run one of those delinters, you know, the tape ones across it without pulling the threads or something. I may try when I'm done to see if I can get it all off. So crazy. So that was my whips. I was watching Kathy, Crafty Cat Stitcher, and she did a little segment on her video about her 15 favorite stitchy items, and she encouraged us all to do that. So I'm going to do my favorite 15 stitchy items right now and show you what I think is awesome and what I don't want to stitch without. Not that I can't stitch without it, because we can stitch without a lot of things, but what I don't like to stitch without, what is my go-to stuff. So the first one would be, and it's not here right now, is my Mighty Bright Magnifying Floor Magnifier. Love that. I have 2 of them, and what I love most about them is not only is it an awesome magnifier, but it runs on batteries and a plug. So if the power goes out, I can still stitch. And mind you, I stitched when we had hurricanes down in Florida and we lost electricity. I was still stitching because I had bought batteries, made sure I had them, and I stitch with it. And I take that with me. So when I go to StitchCon, I will probably take one of my magnifiers with me and use it, and know that if I can't get a plug nearby, I can run it on the batteries and it works. And it lasts quite a long time on batteries. So that's my number 1 item, is that. I love that. My other favorite thing is my iPad. So this is a mini iPad, and I love this because all my patterns, almost all of my patterns, are now on my iPad. I love that I can go to my iPad and, I'm trying to pull it up. I'm going to make something really big, so, okay. That I can make my patterns really big, and I do that with the Goodreader app. So, and I'll show that in a second, but you see how big I can get that to, and I can see it. I don't have to try to see the little grid lines and the little symbols and stuff. I can zoom in and out on my patterns. What I do is I have a printer that has a scanner on it. I scan them to PDF and then I send them to my iPad, and that's how I keep my patterns. And I can highlight my patterns. So if I go to, let's see, you know I can't see this without my glasses. If I go to my sled stocking, like, you can see how some of this has been highlighted, and it's just a matter of touching down here. Oops, I knocked it out. Touching down here, and it comes up, and anything that I swipe will turn whatever color I want. I got it set to green. So I'm going to cancel that. And I love it. And I can zoom in, I can zoom out, I can see the symbols. They come out great. And it really helps me. Now the Goodreader app, which looks like this right here, I believe is still, and I haven't looked at it lately, $9.99. And it's not a yearly thing, it's just $9.99. Okay, and it is my favorite. I know a lot of people talk about the new app that's out that's called Pattern Keeper, maybe? Pattern Keeper. And again, I don't know if Goodreader is for Android. You would have to look and see if that works in Android tablets, but this is for my iPad, which is Apple. But the Pattern Keeper one is usually meant, it's really meant for people that do full coverage. And the Pattern Keeper people have to download that pattern into the app somehow. So you have to request it. So I don't know how it works, but it doesn't, it's not like you can scan it in yourself. They have to, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that they have to add it in for you. And so that wouldn't work, but this works because I can add whatever patterns I want in it and use them. And it makes it great. And when I'm done, I can just delete them and clear it and bring in the next one and such. So love my iPad, love Goodreader app. So my new next favorite thing is, I just got this in the past week, is a holder for my iPad, because previously, and see it's got a flexi arm, it's got a clamp at the end that I can clamp onto a table. I happen to clamp this onto, I have a, what do they call them? A magazine, you know those magazine racks that are sitting on the floor. This is clamped next to my chair on the magazine rack, and then my iPad's on here. It goes like this actually for my iPad, and it holds it in my view, so it's right at my face and I can see. I don't have to keep looking down at my iPad that's sitting on my armrest to try to see what I'm stitching. And this is on Amazon. I paid, I think, $10.99 on Amazon with Prime. And I will put a link below for those of you that are interested in it. I am not affiliated with Amazon, so I don't make anything on it. But this was like a lifesaver. When I saw somebody had that, and I'm like, why didn't I think of that? I should have had that years ago. And really, really love it. So glad to have it. It'll hold my phone. It'll hold my iPad. It holds many different things. And it makes it real convenient to not have to keep holding my iPad or anything else. And I'll probably start using that to video. I have started doing some videos. I have some tutorials and stuff coming up that I have shot on my iPad and use that holder to hold my iPad up. So it worked really great. So the next thing is, if I'm traveling and I can't take my mag light, so if I'm going to the doctor's office, I'm going to the hospital, going to the nursing home to see my mother-in-law, I do it a little bit different. So I purchased a neck light, so it goes around your neck and it's flexible. You can point it anywhere you want. You put it on, you can see it's got different brightnesses to it, and it's just comfortable. It sits on your neck. It is USB chargeable. Again, I got this on Amazon. I'll put a link below for it, and that's the name that shows on it. Is that upside down? I can't tell. No, that's the right way. Yep, that's it. And really love it. It's soft, works great, and I use it in conjunction with magnified glasses. So I went on Amazon. I wear glasses all the time, but I cannot see, with my glasses, I cannot see the holes. They're not strong enough to see that. So I went on and I bought a box of, I think it was like 8 Super Magged glasses. This is a 5.0. And I can see the holes perfectly with these. I can't see anything else, but I can see the holes perfectly with these. Between this and the light, it works great for me to travel and stitch. And I'll also put a link below for the glasses if you wanted to get regular glasses that were stronger than your normal prescriptions. Now, I will tell you, if you're going to do this, you have to know what strength you're going to need. What I ended up doing was I went on Amazon and I found the set that I wanted to get, and I made sure that they had free returns. So if I didn't get the right strength, I could return it free of charge and then order again, and that's what I did. I bought a 4.0 and I felt like it wasn't strong enough. I mean, I could see the holes, but they weren't clear. So I ended up sending them back for free, and I got these, the 5.0s, and they work great. You gotta love Amazon Prime. They pay, you pay the one price for the year and all your shipments are free, and it's quick, 2-day shipping. Love it, love it, love it. So that's my next item. Now, my next one is similar to Kathy's, is my hoop. This is my favorite thing to stitch out of. I do have Q-snaps and I do use sometimes, but most of the time I like my hoop. I like that it's small and compact. This is my favorite one, this red one. And not only is it because of this size, but it's because it's got these little grips right here, these little plastic grips. These are hard to find. These are no longer manufactured. And they might have been made by Doris, I don't know, which is the one Kathy showed, because they don't have a name on them, but these are much nicer than the Doris that you can buy now because they have these and it doesn't have any open metal showing. The ones that Kathy shows, you'll see that the handle wraps around and it's open at the end. And the reason I don't like those is because I have a habit of tucking my fabric in the slots here. And when I went to pull it out, I snagged a fabric once because the end of the metal is not rounded at all. So these are the ones I like. This is the only one I have of this size. I haven't been able to find any more. Normally I go to thrift stores, or I look on eBay and stuff and try to get them. But those are my favorite hoops, these here. I have this one and then I have larger ones and really love them. Now, when I'm folding up my fabric and stuff on this, when I'm rolling my fabric to get it out of my way, these are my favorite clips. These are clips you can buy at Joann's or on Amazon, and I can't remember what they're called. I'll put a link below to Amazon's ones, but like I said, you can go to Joann's and get them, and they just clip on my thing, and they got a wide jaw, so they'll fit. You see that? They will fit the fabric and everything, and I can just clip it on. I can roll it up and clip it to the edge of my hoop, and I love those. Love, love, love those. So they stay in my little basket. So I got this little basket right here. This is probably a paper clip holder or something. I got it at Dollar Tree. And on it I keep my clips so I can clip my fabrics. And then I also have my tweezers, which are a comfort grip tweezer. So I can pull all those stupid cat hairs and dog hairs out of my projects. And this sits on my table. And I put my orts in there, as you can see. And that's one of my favorites. I have, this here is a must-have for every stitcher. And I use this mostly if I'm making smalls and I don't want to zigzag my fabric and fray, so the ends won't fray. I don't have a serger, so I zigzag. Fray check. So this is awesome. You can get this at Joann's. They have this, which is the Fray Check brand, and then they have their own brand. I have not tried it, but I'm sure it's just as good. And if I'm doing ornaments or small pieces, I don't want to zigzag them. So I fray check the edges. Works great. They never unravel. And great, great stuff. You can see this bottle's already half empty. And it is my favorite. I always keep that with my supplies, along with this little box that holds all my goodies. And believe it or not, this is an eyeglass case. So when we got our eyeglasses last time, we go to one of those national brand places to get your 2 furs. I think it was like 2 for $60 on eyeglasses, because I'm kind of rough on my glasses. They get scratched, and I've known to sit on them and break if I put them in my pocket. So, but this time they gave us these clear cases to put our glasses in, and I took them. I said, give me those cases, and I put all my little goodie supplies in them. They have like a little foam bottom to them so nothing slides around, and it works great, and I can throw it in a bag and take it with me. And in this I keep, among other things, this here, which is a magnet, and it's a telescoping magnet because I have a tendency to drop my needles, and it works great. It telescopes all the way out so you can reach down in sofas and on the floor, and if you rub it along, it'll pick up a magnet. It'll pick up a needle if it's dropped. Can you see that needle right there? So it works great. Love it. Keep this with me at all times because I am Butterfingers and I do drop them. These are the needle cases that I got, and I want to say that I got this at Joann's. I don't know if they still have them or not, but it has this metal piece in the bottom which is a magnet. So when you open these, you probably get these on Amazon, eBay, or whatever, and you put it upside down, there's your needles. They all kind of go to the end, and you can pick the needle you want. So I think that's awesome. And they don't fall out. So no dropping your case and needles all coming out, or dumping it and it's all coming out. You just push on them and they'll pop back down in. So I have one more needle to put in there. Oopsie, and I just dropped it. I was going to have to get my magnet thing out. Back in there, and then when I do it, nothing comes out. So love these little contraptions for my needles. And then I also have in here my seam fix. These are the little mini ones. They have two different sizes. This is also from Joann's, and it is a seam ripper, as you can see. So sometimes I'll use this to rip my threads out instead of undoing them, because it just makes it easier sometimes. And on the bottom, on the top of this, it has this little spongy rubber thing that is awesome for taking out all the little color and threads that are left after you remove your threads. You know, if you had to rip seams out, you know it always leaves this little trail of color. If you rub this on the circle around on it, it picks up all those little minute threads and gets all that color gone. So if you left all this little red left, and how many times have you had to rip out red, and then you're like, oh, you can still see it, you just take this and rub it on both sides and it pulls it up. It's awesome. So seam fix. Like I said, it comes in this little mini one. It comes in a regular size. I got to pick up some more of these mini ones because I like to keep them in a bag so they're with me all the time. And I think that's all I've got in here that I want to show. Everything else is the norm stuff. I have my Thread Heaven in here. Of course, they don't make this anymore, but this stuff lasts an eternity. So I keep that in there. And I have a highlighter because sometimes I do paper, but not a lot anymore. So that's my little case. So those are more of my favorites. My new favorite is my thread drops that I started making. So if you watch my video, I show you how to make thread drops. I show you how to make these here, which are the little rectangular ones. Right, so I made all these and showed them how to do it on the video. These are done with my silhouette machine, so I made a bunch more because, as I said, I'm going to start kitting with thread drops and see how that works instead of bobbinating. So, and my last thing is I cannot live without this. I use this constantly, and it is my DMC color chart. If you have not gotten a DMC color chart, you need to run and get one. Okay, I ordered this directly from the DMC website. On occasion, they offer free shipping, and I think it was free shipping over 25, and this was like 20, 21, something like that. So I threw in a couple of skeins of floss just to get to the 25, and I got free shipping on it. And I use this all the time because I don't always have all the threads. So I have to substitute, and I want to see what all the colors look like in DMC so I can see. Or it's fancy floss. I don't have the fancy floss, so I have no idea what it looks like in order to get a match or get something similar. Because some of the names you have no idea what shade it is, what anything. So I will look on here and try to find a color that I kind of think looks like the picture, and then I can go into my fancy floss and try to match it that way. But this is invaluable. Love this. use it all the time. So glad I have it. So if you don't have it and you like to do color conversions, or you want to substitute and you don't know the colors, that is the perfect thing to have. It is a must. So if you don't have one, put it on your wish list. Tell your husband, tell your wife, that's what you want for Christmas, because I'm telling you, you'll use it all the time. So those are my 15 plus. My only other thing that I didn't mention would be my favorite needles, which is Pat Carson needles. I've tried many different brands of needles, and I'm sorry, I'm putting this away as I'm talking to you. And Pat Carson, they have the gold tip. I've never had the tip wear, the gold eye. I've never had the gold wear off the eye. I've never had the needles tarnish, and I've never bent one. Unlike other ones that I have done, those are awesome. So I would show you, but I don't have any because they're all in kits, because again, everything that I have started, it has a needle in it, so it's like I need to order more needles. So I'm gonna order my needles from a new shop that I found. It's called crossstitchingsupplies.com. They're in Indiana. I'm not sure how long they've had their online shop open, but they have, I love their fabric pictures. Absolutely love their fabric pictures. They are so true to color. They are amazing. So if you have not gone over to their site, I'm going to post it up here, and I will post a link below so that you can find their site. If you use my link and you register with them, you will get a $5 coupon to use on your first order, and I will get $5. If you go down to the bottom of their page and sign up for their newsletter, you will get a 20% off coupon in your email. So, and you will love the pictures of all the fabric. Now, I sent them an email this morning, and because they have mostly linen, they have some Aida on there, and I asked them if they have plans of putting Lugana and Jobelin on there, and they immediately got back to me and said, absolutely. Is there anything in particular you're looking for? We'll make sure those go on first, which was awesome. I haven't answered them yet, but I like, I know Kathy, Crafty Cat, I know you like it too. Jobelin and Lugana is nice to stitch with, and so I'm gonna get back to them and let them know, because I think I need some summer khaki, which I think is a Lugana, and I need some more mushroom Lugana. So I'm gonna ask them for those, see if they can get those posted, but I'm gonna order my needles on there and get my $5 off, and free shipping over $15 in the US. Free shipping. You just gotta spend 15 bucks, you get free shipping. How can you beat that? If you only need a couple of things, that's low for free shipping. So check them out, click the link below, and register and get your $5, and then go down to the bottom of the page and sign up for the newsletter and get your 20% off. So I wanted to mention those. Okay, what else have we got? Okay, so let's talk about purchases, because I have some, but I can tell you I didn't spend a lot of money because I buy things when I see them really cheap. So, but before I get to purchases, I just want to say I actually received 2 gifts this past week. The first one is my one and only Valentine's Day card that I received, and so I want to say thank you so much to Jen Upton for my Valentine card. I greatly appreciate it. It put a smile on my face to see a Valentine card come in the mail. I have not had time to do cards at all. With everything going on with my mother-in-law and dealing with her house and everything else, I just didn't have time. But Jen, you made my day. Thank you so much for the card. The second one was, if you're on Instagram, you would see that Julie from Gulf Coast Stitches was doing such a sweet thing in the memory of Leanne from Lost and Floss. I'm sure everybody knows now that Leanne passed away. It was very heartbreaking. I didn't want to talk about it before now because it was too emotional for me. I didn't know, I hadn't met Barb and Leanne, but I had certainly chatted with them back and forth on Instagram, and we have gifted patterns back and forth. So I was really heartbroken when I heard that she had passed away, because I was looking so forward to meeting her at StitchCon this year. I sure hope Barb still comes to StitchCon. Barb, please come to StitchCon and sit with me and spend a couple of days of stitchy fun. That would be awesome. That would be totally awesome. I told you I'll be your stitchy buddy at StitchCon. That would be nice. But back to Julie. Julie had put out that she was selling Baby It's Cold Outside at cost, and then taking the money she raised and giving stitchy wishes. So if you were on Instagram, it was the hashtag was Lost in Stitchy Wishes. Oh, I'm sorry, I think it's Lost in Stitchy Wishes is what it was. I'm referring to Lost in Floss, and encouraging other stitchers to grant people's wishes. So if they saw something they were able to grant, to go ahead and grant their wishes. So when I was on there and I decided that would be an awesome idea, and I went through the hashtag to see what everybody was asking for, and I saw Marie, who is Stitching is My Happy Place, I believe is her Instagram, looking for the Pat Rogers Tapestry sampler. Now that is an out of print, very hard to find pattern, and I told her I would be glad to loan it to her because I hadn't stitched it yet and I had planned on doing it. So she was thrilled, and in return she granted my stitchy wish, which I was looking for. I was looking to do this pattern because it reminded me of Leanne, because it has snowman, and I know Leanne loves snowman like I do, and because it had the cardinal, which is, you know, representative of someone passing away. So this is the pattern that Marie gifted to me. So it's all, what is it, all bundled up. So this one I want to do in Leanne's honor. But I'm going to do this, I decided after I got this that I'm still going to do it in Leanne's honor, but I'm going to do it starting on her birthday. So her birthday is August 24th, and I'm going to start this on August 24th as a memory of Leanne. And I'm going to start this month a pattern that her and Barb gifted me, because it also reminds me of Barb and Leanne. And it is the Wintertime by New York Dreamer. Now I'm sure all of you that followed her, you saw both of their finishes on this pattern, on how they did theirs, and then they gifted the pattern to me, and I'm going to stitch this up starting sometime this month. And I want to get this done, and then I will, in true fashion, pass this on to another stitcher to stitch, and they can honor Leanne by stitching it as well. So I have those I want to do. And then I have, for purchases, I have my monthly Silks for You. Of course, it always comes in this lovely little organza bag, which you love. And this time she sent fall colors. So aren't those gorgeous? Oh my gosh. If I find a fall design I'm going to use this on, I'm definitely going to use them. Because they are, and I have so many fall designs I want to do. So these are just gorgeous. So, but along with that, I had her send me a half hank of PR 158, which for you guys it looks purple, but it's or blue, but it's actually purple. Wait a minute, I got it all tangled up now. It is actually, I wish you could see the color. Let me see. It is a rich, rich purple. Nope, it looks blue. Sorry, it's a beautiful, rich purple. And I have planned on maybe using this for my Midnight in the Garden that I showed you. I had the Dinky Dyes for that. This is almost the beautiful purple to use on it too. I'm sorry you guys can't see that, but it's gorgeous. I also got some patterns on eBay because I can usually get them cheap. Oh, and cheap. The pattern was purchased by, I think it was purchased through Kitten Stitcher, and she sent a little freebie. So I love that. I'm going to do that. I don't know where that came from. Let's see. But it's a cute little Quaker type pattern. It's by Marjorie Massey. It says, many thanks from Teresa and I for your support. So it was Kitten Stitcher. And it's an adorable pattern. So I definitely want to do that one. But anyway, I've had this love affair going with lavender and lace. It started with that Santa, and it's just gone on and on and on. And lavender and lace has the most beautiful angels. I just think they're timeless angels. I know everybody loves Nora, but we need to give some attention to lavender and lace because their angels are just as gorgeous. So I did get a couple more of them, and thankfully you can get them pretty cheap. $4 or $5 normally. If you're lucky, you can pick them up. So I picked up, to finish my set of 4 angels, the seasonal angels. This one is summer. I'll go this way. That's the summer angel. I have, this one is the spring, and I already have the winter and the autumn. So I was glad to finish that set. And then I also got this one because I love these 2 angels that go together as well. There's an angel of freedom, and this is the angel of light. And I think I got this for like $2 because apparently somebody still spilt coffee on it. Doesn't hurt the pattern any, but well worth it. But I love these 2 angels as well. So I got those, and then I was on there and I saw this, and I love this alphabet, and it has a little butterfly with it. So you can see right there. This is Butternut Road. It's got 2 alphabets with the, and I love this one. This is the one I would love to do with the little butterfly. Got that for a couple bucks. Got a Hillside Samplings Christmas 1998, All Hearts Come Home. Beautiful piece. I'll just change the date on it. It has the little charms right here. So really pretty. Love it. I got another crossed wing. I think I paid $2.40 or something for it. And this is just fabulous. Love that, with the bird feeder hanging, the hummingbirds all around. It's got some cute little minis. So another crossed wing to add to my collection. And then I bought a counted canvas pattern. This is my first counted canvas pattern. I got it for $3.45, and I said, I'm gonna do one of these. I see people doing them, they're really cute. And so I got 2 cabins. There it is. And I love that. I love the woodsy cabin look. So I said, I'm gonna start this. Sometime this year, I'm gonna get myself some canvas, and I'm gonna start that. So those are the things. Oh, and then I went on Unload, and I got this magazine, which is Zwagart, and it's called At Home with Needlework. I don't know why I've never seen these magazines before, but I absolutely love this design on the front with the pine cones, because fall. And I would love to have that stitched in the center of my table. But this magazine has some cute things in it. And I wish I could have bought more of the magazines from the person that was selling them, but at $8 a piece, and even though it was $8 in free shipping, I didn't want to pay $8 a piece for the magazines. So I may have to hunt and see if I can find them elsewhere, but like, look at these cute designs. Look at the bird. Love that. And then I love that snowman. I think he's adorable. He's kind of vintage. He's vintagey. Vintage. Is that a word? Vintagey. And I love this too with the cat. It's a cute little scene. It's almost looks P. Buckley Moss style. So cute. And let me see if there's anything else in here that I draw my, oh, this here. I have a teacup and saucer, and this is exactly what I wanted to do with it, is make a pincushion on the top. And it's mine is roses though, and this is what I want to do to it. But that is so cute, so cute. And I need to get mine done. I need to glue my cup and saucer together before they get broken. I might do that today, because I'm worried about it getting shuffled around and broken before I get an opportunity to do anything with it. So this Oriental Flare. Oops, that ain't gonna work. Let's try it this way. It's got some Oriental designs. So really nice magazine. The pages are nice and thick, and it's really a nice magazine. So I'm definitely gonna have to, and it says November 2006. So I'm definitely gonna have to try to find more of those, because I really like that. Okay, so that's all I purchased. I think I spent all together, and we're not gonna count the silks, because that is my monthly kit. I spent like $20, so not bad at all for all those patterns. So I do, you know, go through eBay and look for things and try to find things that I want to buy. So let's see, what else? Let me clear some of this mess off so I can see what I have left to talk about. There we go. Okay, we're down to who I've been watching on Flosstube. So, found some people that I haven't been watching before and really enjoyed watching them. Wanted to share it with all of you. The first one is Janet Jabber. She's just adorable. She's adorable, and I do a lot of the same type of stitching that she does. We have a similar taste, so I found her very interesting. She's peppy and upbeat, and I enjoyed watching her, so I'll post her link below. Her name is Janet Jabber. My second one is Pajama Stitcher. So that's Katrina Boyd. She started a channel. She's got 3 floss tubes right now. I met her at the Stitchy Day. She was there, and very nice, and love her stitching. She showed, one of her videos was all about finishing and stuff, which was awesome. We got to see a lot of finishing, and she talked on there about Becky's Land, I think it is. And I had not watched Becky's Land because she said Becky's Land has great little small finishes. So I went over and watched Becky's Land and loved her, subscribed to her as well. She is from over the pond somewhere, I can't remember where. And I enjoyed watching what she had done and her finishes and what she was working on, so it was awesome. So I got 3 new subscriptions this week from those 3 people. All 3 of them will have links below. So if you're interested in watching them, make sure that you pop on those links below and watch them. I also, let's see, I'm missing something. I don't know, I'm missing something, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. We have our giveaway winners I gotta do too, so I'll do that here in a minute, because I want to make sure I had everything here. So I wanted to talk about Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do. I will put a link below to my Instagram page. I'll put it up here, across my stitches. I have 775 subscribers right now. When we reach, let's say, 850, so 75 people, and 75 people to subscribe to my Instagram. And mind you, my Instagram is private, so you have to ask to join. And I vet, we'll call it vetting. I vet everybody that wants to join, because I was having a real issue with men and men that don't stitch, have nothing to do with stitching. All they have is pictures of themselves on their Instagram, wanting to follow me. And I wasn't cool with that at all. So I had ended up having to make it private and let people ask to join. So please ask to join. I can see who's stitchers. Even if your page is set to private, I can kind of, you know, if I see it's a female or I see it's a man, and sometimes the men, I'll take a chance and let them in, and if it's a problem, then I'll pull them out. But go ahead and subscribe. So we hit 850. I'm going to do a giveaway on Instagram. So what am I going to give away? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. So we'll see. It'll be a pattern probably, maybe some fabric, maybe some floss. Who knows? I'll figure it out when I reach there. So make sure that you go and follow me on Instagram. And then those of you that follow me on Facebook, thank you so much. Facebook. On YouTube, those of you that follow me on YouTube, forget Facebook, okay? Forget Facebook. Those of you who follow me on YouTube and on Flosstube, thank you so much. I am up to 1,936 subscribers. So that is a lot of people that want to sit and watch me go on and on and on about cross stitch in my personal life. So really shocked that I have that many subscribers. I'm so excited to hit 2,000. So if you're not a subscriber, tell me in the comments below. And if you've watched me before and you haven't subscribed, tell me why. What will it take to get you to subscribe? What makes you want to subscribe to a channel? What am I doing that I should be doing, or what aren't I doing, or what, you know, tell me what it is, because When I go and look at my channel and the analytics, is that the word? And it tells me that half of the people that view my channel are not subscribers. So of you 1,930, there's twice that many watching, but they're not subscribing. So I want to know why you're not subscribing. What will it take to get you to subscribe? It's just a click of a button. And all the giveaways that I do are just for subscribers. So why not subscribe? What's the harm in subscribing? And then if you want to be in a giveaway, you can be in the giveaways because they are subscriber giveaways. So, but we're going to do a giveaway at 2,000 subscribers. And we're going to do 2 giveaways, not just 1, but 2. And it'll involve a project bag. It'll involve something that I'm excited that I'm getting that should be in the mail today. And I was so excited about it that I went back and I ordered a second one to give away. So it is an awesome gift for somebody who loves stitching. And the 2 project bags will be filled with goodies. So I'm not going to give it all away right now because we got a little ways to go. We still have, right, 70, 60 some odd subscribers to go. So excited about that and giving away some awesome gifts. But again, you have to be a subscriber. We are able to filter out people that aren't subscribers. So please make sure you're a subscriber if you're asking to be part of a giveaway. I do have, let's talk about what my plans are. Besides my Leanne patterns that I'm going to start, the one on her birthday, and then the one sometime this month I will plan it. I have 2 more starts that I need to start. The first one is my son's stocking. So this I'll start Saturday. So that is this here. Okay, Christmas in the Woods, and I'm doing the stocking right here for my son Hunter. I think he'll love that with all the deer and the woodsy animals. And I'm doing it on a mushroom Lugana. So I have that here ready to roll, and I think I marked right where I'm starting. I put a little thread right there. So that's my starting point for the top. And then I was talking about redoing this floss. So I had all this floss in one of those mini plastic bobbinated boxes. So just the little small one, it fit all the flosses. And I said, okay, I'm going to try to change what I'm doing and use the floss thread, the thread, you know, I want to keep calling them thread drops, the thread holders. So far this is where I'm at. This is one of them. I've got all my thread drops. I wrote all my numbers on them. This is one, right? And of course I unbobinated it, straightened it out, measured it out. And the way I measure mine out, so if anyone's asking how I do this, I use a full skein of DMC. So it was 5 yards. I believe it's 5. Could be 8. I don't know. What is it? Here, hold on. I've got a full one here. It is 8.7 yards. So 8.7 yards. And I unravel the whole thing, take the 2 open ends, put them together, and double it all the way down. Then I bring the end back up and I double it again. So I've doubled once, I've doubled twice. I think it's 3 times that I double. So I have a piece that is like, I want to say it's 30 something inches when it's done. And when I get it done and it's long, I took 2 pieces of tape and I put them on, and I did this for a reason, I'll explain in a minute. I took 2 pieces of tape, I put one on one end of my desk, on the edge, on the lip, and then I measured my floss, put it to the other end to see how long it was, and I ran a piece of tape to the other end. And I put it on the other end. So when I ran my floss and measured, it went right to the tape. The reason I did that is because when you're unbobinating, not everything is going to be 8.7. And I like my floss all the same length. And I pre-cut my floss when I put it on my thread drops. So all these are cut, and I haven't done it yet, but I have probably on this one. But they're all cut. So when I pull one thread, and most of the times I stitch 2 over 2, most times. 28 and 32, I do 2 over 2. 36, I sometimes do 2 over 2, depending on the fabric. So when I pull my one little thread, and you pull from this little knot that's there, so I make sure that the knot is on the outside, and if you want to know how to load these on the thread drops, watch the thread drops video. Okay, the second one I think is when I explain all this. You can pull one single little thread just by grabbing it at the knot and pulling, and it'll come out. You don't have to take it off the thread drop. And then I'm ready to go. My thread's cut to the length I need to do 2 threads. If I'm doing 1 thread, then I'll just cut it in half. Once I pull the one out, I'll just cut it in half and use 1. But I like it like this. I'm hoping it's going to work for me. So when I'm storing it in the bag, I just twist it up nice and tight, and then I just let it wind itself up, and then I put it back in the bag like this. So I have 2 of them. Okay, and this is not all the floss for this. I went through my stash and grabbed the other full flosses that I need. So I need to put these on bobbins, and then I have these that are bobbinated that still need to be unbobbinated because I didn't have full skeins of these, and they have to be unbobbinated, put on the thing, and then ironed with my flat iron to straighten them out. So the full skeins, I won't have to iron those out. But the bobbinated ones, they were so kinky that I had to. But see, I ironed all these and they look pretty straight right now. So I like them to look straight. And this, I haven't cut the bottoms yet, so I got to cut all that bottom so it's straight. And that's what I'm doing at this point. I'm hoping I'm going to like it. I also will make a little, I don't know what, I think, Kelly, that's so Kelly Co. She does the Bitsy Bobs, which are nice. I mean, I could make my own, but she does a little mat too, and I've made 1 or 2 of those. I don't have one here, but I have made the mats that you can put your extra pieces on, and I might make one for this. We'll see. But that one I'm going to start on Saturday, and then this is my second one that I want to get started this month, and this is a gift from Jen Upton. And it's the Sunshine Berry, and I'm going to do this on a 36 count piece of, this was hand dyed by Rolanda. I don't know what the color name is, but this is, I wasn't crazy about this fabric when I received it. It's kind of, I don't know, the color didn't look right to me, but as I cut it up, as I cut it up and started using it, I really love it. So this is the second time I'm using this, and I love it in the smaller pieces. And then I have all my flosses, and I'm using my own color conversion for this. So these are all the different colors I'm using. I have Gentle Arts in here. I have Victoria Moto in here. I think they're all Gentle Arts or Victoria Moto. But, yep, that's my color conversion, so I want to get that started. So that's my plan, to continue working on the patterns that I do have, keep doing my Santa Saturday with Santa of the Forest, keep doing my Sampler Sunday. Did I bring that? I don't think I did. I also worked on my Early Americans. Oh, let me get it, hold on. Okay, so I forgot to show you my Early Americans because I had several people ask me about this fabric and I couldn't remember, but what I worked on was I got all my borders. I'm missing 1 border there in the middle bottom, but that's what I was working on, is getting the little borders in. And I had talked about this fabric before and how much I loved that. I use a hoop on this. You don't see any hoop marks. I'm not ironing this. They pop right out of this puppy. So I really love this fabric. So I did a little more research to find out what it was. And for those that you were asking, it is 32 count Sandcastle Jobelin by Witchold. That's what it is. That's what that fabric is. So I definitely will be buying more of this. I really like it. This is a 32 count, and like I've talked about before, I am doing the borders. These border, the top border, and then these little dinky borders, I did 2 over 2. All that stitching inside the border is done 1 over 2. You can't tell. It is a tight weave, and it is 1/2, and it looks just as nice as the 2/2. I didn't like the crowdedness of the 2/2. That's why I decided not to do the inside that way, because it's a tight fit on 2/2, and this is only 32. But all that other stitching, you can see it's pretty solid, and it's 1/2. So that answers the question for all of you that have been asking me about this fabric. 32 count Sandcastle Joblin Witchelt. Several stores sell it. I've seen it in several stores because when I was researching it, I found out it was in several online stores. So that is that. So let's see, what else have we got? Let's talk about the winners. Winners of the patterns. Let me sort these out, make sure I've got them right. And I've already pulled the names. I used the random comment picker and pulled the winners. There it is. Nope. And then I got to find out where I wrote it. I know I have it somewhere. Nope, I don't know where I wrote it, but I remember who it was. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on a second. Okay, found my names of my winners. I put it on another piece of paper, didn't know where it was, so here we go. So I did do random comment pickers and chose the words that I told you to use in your comments below. So the first one is going to be the blocks. Remember I said I would like to stitch the blocks. That's these two. There's a St. Patty's Day and an Easter one, and it's all one block, and they did one on one side, one on the other. It's really cool. The winner of this chart is Verpy R. Put your name right here. Verpy R. Please comment. Please go down and get my email address below and send me an email with your mailing address, and I'll send this pattern out to you. Congratulations. The second one is the chicken. Remember what this one looked like? And it had some other farm pictures in it. But this chicken is so freaking cute, and I know I've seen a similar design from Birds of a Feather. I'm almost positive. Very similar and really cute design. The winner of this chart is L. Elliott. Put that here. L. Elliott, you are the winner of the chicken pattern. Please contact me on my email below and send me your mailing address. Send that out to you. And the last one is Beach Dreams. And you had to comment, I love the beach, or I want to stitch the beach. And the winner of this is Barbara Henderson. So Barbara, please get my email below and send me an email with your mailing address, and I'll send that out to you. Congratulations to the winners. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and commenting on my videos. I do have one other thing before I finish for today, and that is just to say, for all the stitchers that have gone to my Etsy shop and have made a purchase from me, thank you so very much. The comments that have come back from the people that have received my bags and scissor fobs are excellent. They really love them. They said the quality is great, which makes me smile. And I do have a few other bags to show you that I have currently put up in my shop. My shop is Cross My Stitches Co. up here. I'll also put a link below to my shop, and I'll show you what bags I'm making. So I have a couple of vinyl front bags. This is one of them. And it's beautiful yellow diamond pattern, and on the back, this is pretty spring bag. So most of the bags, the vinyl front bags, are all 11 by 14 is the size. So that's one. I have a scary zombie bag, Walking Dead. So I also have Walking Dead, the Velcro closer flap bags. I also have those in the shop with this same fabric. But this is great for Halloween stitching. Even if you're not a Walking Dead fan, this is an awesome Halloween stitching bag with the zombies. The next one is patriotic. I have several of these in the shop. So red, white, and blue. Love this bag if you're doing patriotic. It's got the flag stripes on the back, the blue and the stars on the front. And then I brought two of my Velcro closure bags. This one here, look at that. Look at the apothecary jars. Aren't they adorable with all the little eyeballs, the skulls, the claws? Too cute. Too cute. These are approximately 11.5 by 13. They are Velcroed. And this one has, if you don't like spiders, look away, because it's got spiders inside. So I have that one at the shop. And then this one, sugar skulls. I'm running low on my, this is about it for my sugar skull fabric. But again, it is a Velcro closure bag with the sugar skulls, and then inside is the coordinating floral that went with it. So make sure you stop by my shop if you need a project bag and make a purchase. Like my page, follow my page on Etsy, so you get updates of when I'm putting in new bags, new scissor fobs, new whatever little thing I'm working on this week. I might stick some thread drops on there. I don't know. I did say on my other video that I was doing a giveaway on it. You're gonna have to go back and figure it out, but I'll do that on my next regular floss tube. I will do that giveaway for the thread drops. And I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. I think I covered everything. I hope I didn't forget anything, because half the time when I do these videos, I do forget things. And I'm like, why did I forget to mention that? So I'm just looking back on my pages here to make sure that I didn't miss talking about anything. So talked about that, I think I covered everything. I think that was it. So hopefully I'll see you guys in another week or so. I'm trying to do weekly. I don't know if that's going to happen. I know I said in my last video that I had started a new job. Well, it didn't work for me. It just wasn't for me. So I am back looking for work again. I want to find the job that I feel is the best fit for me. So, and sometimes that happens when you take a job and you work a couple of days and then you realize it's just not the right fit for you. So I have another job interview tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for liking the video, for commenting. I love the comments. I love the interaction with all of you. I answer every single comment that I receive with a comment. I respond back, and I look forward to doing the next video and visiting with you again. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.